pleasant good evening to you from Kinnikinnick as we get squared away for Week 10 action here at Zane Trace High Schools. The Pioneers are set to host the Bearcats of Paint Valley. Dewey and Tim Daly along with you tonight. Glad to have you with us. A nice way to round out the regular season. Two of the teams atop of the Sauter Valley Conference. A little colder conditions than we've been accustomed to over the course of the season. We've been pretty blessed with weather, and it's not totally chilly tonight. I'd say it's around high 40s, low 50s, but nonetheless,
yeah, for sure.
Last week of the regular season, getting ready for the playoff season here in Southern Ohio.
Well, and I think that's what's at stake tonight, and I'll say something about the weather. I don't have to give you the perfect setting weather, but again, for Week 10, it's a very acceptable situation here. Little drizzle here and there, but nothing that's going to affect anything that's going to happen tonight here at this football game. But there's still a huge amount of points. I mean, you can sit here and say, second place in the SVC is at stake, and my personal thought about that is second place is the first loser. But there are quite a bit of computer points that are out here because both these teams have accumulated quite a bit of points. So there's I don't know if one of them, if they win, might host a game.
I have that for you.
Okay, well, hit me with it then.
So for Paint Valley, if they lose, they are projected to be the 6th seed. However, they could be up to the 4 seed. If they win, projected to be 4, they could move up to the 2. Now, top 8 teams get 1 home game. If you're top 4, you get 2.
Yeah.
Now, for Zane Trace, a loss would project them to 10. However, that could vary from the 7 seed to the 13 seed. If Zane Trace was to win, they would be projected 4th, and that could also drop down to 6. So if both teams win, they're projected to have 2 playoff games.
Yeah, and probably would host. Probably both of them would be hosted. But you know what the problem is? Both of them ain't winning.
Right.
So, I mean, that's what they're playing for. So, I mean, I always, as a coach, you wanted to get to Week 10, and you wanted to have, obviously you wanted to have something to play for tonight, and there is plenty to be played for tonight. Plenty.
Paint Valley comes into tonight 7-2, 4-1 in the SVC. They have losses to West Jefferson and Unioto, both of whom are atop of their own conferences. For West Jefferson, they're still undefeated, 9-0, 7-0 in the Ohio Heritage Conference. It looks like they're going to take the crown over in that division. And then obviously for Unioto, they are undefeated in the SVC. They are at Southeastern tonight, so it looks like they're going to get their first league title since, I think, 1998 was the last one. It's been a little while.
They shared a title in 98. Outright, I think, 82.
And then for Zane Trace, 6-3, 5-1 in the SVC. Back-to-back losses in weeks 1 and 2 to Logan Elm and Waverly. However, since then, they're 6-1, and the only loss was to that Unioto team in week 8, so they've been solid since starting off the year 0-2. Paint Valley set to receive the opening kickoff of the first half. Jordan Harrington on to boot it away for the Pioneers.
Well, and the good thing about it is of course, it is Week 10, and we're very familiar with the personnel here. So this is a game that we're extremely comfortable with. This is our third time we've had Zane Trace.
Kick from Harrington is away, and it's muffed by the Bearcats. Zane Trace takes over inside the 35, just like that. Ball was kicked to Willie Wheaton. He's unable to come up with it. Zane Trace on top of it inside the Bearcat 35. What a way to start off Week 10 for Zane Trace.
I'm not quite sure Wheaton. It looked like he had I don't know what exactly I should be doing. What he probably should have done was fair caught the ball because there was no question he had contact coming. But, big break for Zane Trace to start out.
Zane Trace going to start off each half with possession of the football. 1st and 10 from the Bearcat 32.
Yeah, outstanding field position.
4 receivers set for the Pioneers. Phillips alongside Langley in the backfield. First play from scrimmage. This is Phillips between the tackles. He's up past the 30-yard line, just shy of the 25.
Yeah, and I think that's job number 1 for the Bearcat defense is if they don't stop Phillips in between the tackles, it's going to be a long night for them.
Ball spotted at the 25-yard line. 2nd down and 3 coming up for the Pioneers, a 49-16 win on the road at Southeastern in Week 9.
Speed option to the field.
Second down, Langley on the keeper. He'll push it near the line to gain. We'll wait for the ruling. Last week, Langley was 13 of 13 for 200 yards passing, also 2 passing touchdowns. He had 36 yards on the ground along with a rushing touchdown. Langley will be marked shy of the line to gain. Silas Stewart had a big game, 3 receptions, 55 yards, a receiving touchdown, and a 26-yard rushing touchdown. Gunnar McCullough was their leading receiver with 4 catches for 62 yards and a touchdown. Rushing touchdowns from Riley Hartzall, Blake Phillips, and Bryce Johnson. Flag down before the play. It'll be a false start on the Pioneers. That'll push them back 5. 3rd down and 7 coming up for Zane Trace.
Well, I'm not exactly sure if somebody moved or if they didn't have 6 people on the line of scrimmage.
Ball moved back to the Paint Valley 29-yard line. 3rd down and 7 coming up for Zane Trace.
And again, you know, I don't think they have to make a first down here because they're clearly in 4-down territory. I think it's Phillips again.
Zane Trace showing twins on 3rd down and 7. Langley back to pass. This is a
Slip
screen
screen.
pass to Gunnar McCullough up near the 20-yard line. Should be good enough for a Pioneer first down.
It's very close. I'm watching. It's right on it. And they're not moving the sticks.
Pioneers needed the 22-yard line.
Okay.
Good enough for the Pioneer first down.
Again, a good, safe, controlled throw. You know, we knew they weren't going to throw the ball down the field.
Ball spotted at the Bearcat 22-yard line, 1st down and 10 for the Pioneers. First and 10, Phillip on Langley's right hip. This will be Langley on the keeper between the tackles. He sheds the first tackler and is brought down a few yards further upfield in between the 20 and 15-yard lines.
Again, I personally think after seeing these guys a couple of times, I think the closer they get to the goal line, the more they involve Langley in their run game. And then in the crucial plays, you know, the 3rd and 3s and the 3rd and 4s, I think Langley's is the guy that they want carrying the ball.
Langley up to the Paint Valley 17-yard line, 2nd down and 5 for the Pioneers. 4 receivers set, 3 to the field for Zane Trace. 2nd down, Langley option play, pitches it to Phillips, who gets inside the 15, eventually inside the 10. He'll be brought down. 1st down, Zane Trace.
Again, and I think they're catching. I don't think Paint Valley is defending that properly. They don't have a guy on the pitch. That time, Langley did attack the end. He pitched off the end, and Phillips had some running room. I think this is Langley or Phillips here. This is Langley.
1st and goal from inside the 10 for Zane Trace. Langley on the keeper, inside the 5, dragging defenders. He'll be brought down just shy of the goal line.
Again, I don't think I don't think the ball comes out of Langley's hand, and if it is, it's probably going to be Phillips, who we haven't seen at all in this possession, is Hartzall.
2nd down, goal to go from the 3. Langley on the keeper, near side, into the end zone. Pioneers strike first. 3-yard rushing touchdown from the senior Langley.
Again, they're just going, you know, big on big and just trying to block you into the end zone. And I think, too, we kind of sort of were suspicious of coming into this game that Zane Trace probably had a small advantage in the interior.
Judah Hanks on for the point after. off the upright, and that'll be the first time this season Hanks has not been able to convert a point after. Now 40 of 41 on the season for the junior. A 6-0 lead for the Pioneers. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
At Ohio Health, you can see your doctor here or here, on this or on these. And no matter if you're over here, over there, or anywhere in between, you'll feel good knowing Ohio Health provides the finest care anywhere. Schedule care today at ohiohealth.com/finestcare.
Hey everyone, Mike Glockner.
I'm Brandon Callahan.
Of the all-new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Service Center in Portsmouth, Ohio. We have a $39.95 oil change special going on right now. That includes a free tire rotation and free multi-point inspection. Schedule your appointment online at glocknercdjr@portsmouth.com.
A 6-0 lead for the Pioneers after the muffed kickoff from the Bearcats up early here in the first quarter. 8:14 to go. Both teams ready to kick off. However, Harrington's still without a football.
Yeah.
Free and Dunham deep for the Bearcats. Harrington kicking off for the Pioneers.
Carson Free and Bryson Dunham, the two deep men for the Bearcats, inside their own 15-yard line. Here's Harrington from the right hash. Going right towards Wheaton again. This time he's able to bring it in inside his own 25. He'll return it out to the 27-yard line. We'll get our first look at this Bearcat offense here in Week 10.
Johnson on the stop. First down for the Bearcats.
Tough week offensively for the Bearcats in Week 9, a 45-7 loss against Unionta. However, Braylon Robertson still an extremely efficient day on the ground. He had 163 rushing yards on 16 attempts and a touchdown. It was a tough night passing for Preston Faber as he was 2 of 11 for 15 yards and an interception. First down, Robertson. Ball is free, picked up by the Pioneers, still loose. Ball squirting around. It looks like the Pioneers eventually are on top of it. 4 minutes and 2 turnovers for the Bearcats to start off Week 10. The Pioneers inside the Bearcat 25-yard line.
Not the way you drew it up, and that honestly, and I'm not making excuses for anybody, but that looked like a wet ball. And I can't, with what we've seen so far, I don't think that the ball should be wet hardly at all.
Zane Trace back on offense. First down and 10 from the 24. Phillips between the tackles, out past the 20-yard line. A pickup of about 7 yards on first down for the senior.
And again, if Zane Trace can't stand up and contend with this running game, they're just going to just run right through them if they don't stop them.
Six-yard pickup by Phillips on first down. Second down and 4 for the Pioneers. Back-to-back handoffs to Phillips. This one right up the gut. Phillips stood up at the line of scrimmage. No pickup on second down. That'll bring up a third down and about 4.
Again, I'm a little bit surprised we haven't seen Hartsaw yet, but again, on especially when they're in or near the red zone, You know, they like Phillips and Langley a lot.
Pioneers showing twins on 3rd down and 4 in motion. This is Larson as Langley rolling near side, looking to throw, firing downfield, pass is caught. This is McCullough inside the 5, just shy of the goal line.
Pass complete to McCullough for the Zane Trace first down.
Ball spotted right at the 1-yard line of Paint Valley. First down, Zane Trace.
Wagner and Shinstorman tackle. First and goal for the Pioneers.
Again, just an all-out flood route, and Langley finding open receivers. He's going to keep this. Oh, Phillips.
Langley will give it. This is Phillips straight ahead, lunging for the end zone. Touchdown, Pioneers.
Blake Phillips, the end zone for Zane Trace touchdown.
1-yard rushing touchdown for the senior Blake Phillips. Right now, as it stands, a 12-0 lead for the Pioneers with 6:15 to go in the opening quarter of play.
It does look like they're kicking.
Hanks missed his first PAT of the season on the last try. Now on for the point after following the Phillips touchdown.
Much better kick.
Hanks knocks it through, and the lead is up to 13. We'll take a quick break. A 13-0 lead for the Pioneers. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Michelle and her dad. Decades of dares. 1 month of learning to jump. First day doing it solo. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student-athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie & Son Trucking each week at SOSAOhio.com.
A 13-0 lead for the Pioneers with 6:15 to go here in quarter number 1. 2 turnovers for the Bearcats in the first 4 minutes of the first quarter.
Well, and you've run 1 offensive play, and you've turned the ball over twice, and you're down 2 possessions, and you received. So this is actually potentially Paint Valley's 3rd possession. Now, we talked about before the game, we were thinking they may only get 5 or 6 possessions in the game. But obviously that's been created by the mishandled kickoff and the fumble on the first play. So, again, not time to push the panic button for Paint Valley. They got plenty of time to, plenty of football to be played, but they've got to quit making it so easy for Zane Trace. And a nice long drive here would go a long way for that.
Pioneers currently on a 2-game win streak against the Bearcats. Before that, it was 3 straight for Paint Valley through 2018-19 and 2020, but before that it was 3 straight for the Pioneers, and before that 2 in a row for Paint Valley. It's been split 5-5 here in the last 10 meetings between these 2 teams.
It looked like there was some shenanigans going on there with these officials. Both times that Zane Trace has kicked off, there's been like a delay, like for, I don't know if they're waiting on the ball or something. I don't know.
Harrington on to boot it away for the Pioneers. Whistle before the snap, as it looks like Coach Dye will have a word with the head official to the far side.
And I have no idea what's being discussed.
Bearcats have moved Carson Free to the area that Zane Trace has been kicking directly behind Wheaton. Bryson Dunham, the lone deep man. Nobody on top of the football. Pioneers nearly get on top of it. It looks like they may have still recovered, as it was kicked into no man's land, and no Bearcat showed any type of urgency to get on top of the football.
Well, it hit the ground, and that should never happen.
It appeared that Zane Trace was the first team to the football. However, it was bouncing around and multiple bodies were flying after it, and it looks like Paint Valley will escape with the football as Bryson Dunham, the senior, was able to get on top of it. Nearly the third turnover for the Bearcats and only one offensive play. That's just 6 minutes into the football game.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. And again, not time to push the panic button. Just stay in the game plan and let's see what you got.
Shotgun for the Bearcats. This is Robertson, his second carry of the night, up past the 30-yard line. Looks to be a pickup of about 4 yards for the junior. The SVC's leading rusher, also leading the league in rushing touchdowns. I believe he's up to 24 through the first 9 weeks. Second down, Faber looks to throw to the near side. This is Free, who's brought down around the 25-yard line. Nice play by the junior, Aiden Dunn, able to tackle down Free in space.
Yeah, I think Dunn's a really good athlete. I mean, defensively, he's basically a shutdown kid, and offensively, he's their jet sweep guy.
Pickup of a couple on second down. This is Robertson between the tackles, has the first down, barreling his way across the 45-yard line, just a few yards shy of midfield. Tough run from the junior on third down and short.
You know, like you said, you know, Robertson's the kind of kid, he's going to have his, and we got a little tempo going here with Paint Valley also. He's going to have his weight low and over his shoes. There's no question. He's going to play behind his pads.
Faber to throw near side, looking for three, nearly brings it in. With the left hand, pass is incomplete. Gunnar McCullough in coverage for the Pioneers. Second down and 10 coming up for the Bearcats on the minus 48-yard line.
He just about dropped that dime in there. What he needed was a little more loop on that ball, a little more age on that ball, and really pretty good, pretty solid defense.
3 receiver set, 2 to the boundary for the Bearcats. Direct snap. This is Robertson out of the Wildcat, up past the 45-yard line, still on his feet running, brought down around the 30-yard line. First down, Bearcats. Another tough run from the junior, 22 yards. Bearcats rolling now into Pioneer territory. This is a bubble pass to the outside. First catch for the senior, Dunham.
He gave the ball up.
Ball is free around the 23-yard line.
That's our guy,
Pioneers
Don.
on top of it. Aiden Dunn able to take it away for the Pioneers. The third turnover in the first quarter for the Bearcats. Just when you thought the Bearcats have figured it out and started to roll a little bit, they hand it right back to the Pioneers. Now this time, not as good starting field position as the Pioneers, as they're actually on their own side. So we'll see what they do here with about 67 yards to go. Check that, 77 yards to go. First down or reverse. This is Stewart, who's brought down in the backfield. Tough stop from Gavin Kingery. Makes the play for the Bearcats. Second down and long coming up for Zane Trace.
And I mean, let's face it, the defensive recipe for solving Zane Trace's, running game is to get them behind the sticks on first and second down. And that's exactly what they've done. Now, are they willing to let Langley pass their way back to possibly picking up a first down, or are they going to try to grind it out? Now, Hartsaw is in there.
4 receivers set, 3 to the field.
Left tackle moved. He didn't make any contact.
Looks like it'll be offsides on Paint Valley.
Wow.
Defensive encroachment against the Bearcats, 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty makes that second down and long a lot more manageable for this Pioneer offense, makes it a 2nd down and 11. Same formation, 3 receivers to the field. Looks like Dunn manned up towards the bottom of the screen. Langley to throw over the middle, pass is intercepted. Carson Free.
He's gone.
Returning it to the near side. Langley down after the play.
Pass picked off by Free. Bearcats get it back.
Free returns it inside the Pioneer 15-yard line. Langley is still down following the play.
Just an overthrow, and our boy was playing center field.
Langley appears to be okay as he was able to trot off the field.
Now, I realize he intercepted that pass, but I can tell you what I do like about what Zane Trace did there. They threw the ball in the middle of the field. Just threw it high. And he was open.
Bearcats end up gaining about 10 yards off of their own turnover. Free returns it to the Pioneer 13-yard line. 3:48 to go in quarter number 1. First down, Robertson. Far side, shoulder square, touchdown, Bearcats. 13 yards for the junior Robertson.
Well, that didn't take long. In fact, I'm going to tell you he'd have scored if they were playing two-hand touch.
A 13-yard rushing touchdown, his 25th of the season. An SVC high. 13-yard rushing touchdown. Now on for the point after is Robertson. Knocks it through with distance. Lead for Zane Trace is back down to 6. We'll take a quick break, 13-6. Zane Trace leading with 3:44 to go in quarter number 1. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
There's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Parmar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Parmar has it. Download the Parmar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Parmar Rewards Card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
This presentation of high school sports on Southern Ohio Sports Authority is brought to you in part by your local McDonald's. McDonald's proudly supports all area athletes again this season. Visit your local McDonald's in Chillicothe, Circleville, Greenfield, and Waverly. And be sure to check out SOSA's newly relaunched podcast, Overtime, presented by McDonald's.
A 13-yard rushing touchdown for Braylon Robertson off of the Carson Free interception. 1 play, 1 score for the Bearcats. Lead is back down to 6 for the Pioneers with 3:44 to go. Been an exciting first quarter of play.
And Langley is back on the field here in the middle of this return formation.
First time we've seen the Bearcats kick off tonight.
I think they better back up a little bit, don't you?
Robertson on to boot it away with the wind. A short kick to the far sideline. But returnable, this will be Silas Stewart from his own 20-yard line. Cuts it back up the middle of the field. A solid return. He's met by the kicker, Robertson, and stood up. It looks like forward progress will have him around his own 40-yard line. Some extracurricular activities going on after the play.
I'm not sure who's going to get the penalty.
Motion's definitely a bit high here in the first quarter as we've finally been able to take the trash bag off of our cameras. We had a little bit of rain pregame. Thanks, Brian. Flags were down. I'm assuming we're going to get some sort of offsetting penalties here.
Now they look like they're going, well, I don't know.
As of now, ball spotted at the 41.
It looked like to me he was tackled. They had given him progress. And then after the whistle, he was tackled to the ground. Now, I couldn't see what happened after that. But they're not going to penalize anybody. He got the get out of jail free card. The old offsetting.
Personal fouls on both sides will offset a solid return from Stewart right around 20 yards up to the Pioneer 41-yard line. First down and 10 for Zane Trace. 2 receivers to both sides. First time we've seen Hartzell on Langley's right hip. 6-man rush, a screen pass near side. This is done near sideline, up past midfield. He's brought down around the 45. Carson Free makes the stop for the Bearcats. First down, Zane Trace.
Yeah, just really more of, you can call that a slip screen, but more of a spot route, and got a couple people downfield. He got outside of him and turned it up for a nice gain. Surprised they've thrown, though, that as often as they've thrown already.
Pioneers down to Bearcat territory on the Paint Valley 46, first down and 10. To throw
Same
again,
play.
same play. Dunn, not as much room to work with as he's brought down close to the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10 coming up for Zane Trace. A nice stop there by Paint Valley on first down.
Again, just a simple spot route, but that being into the boundary, it's so much shorter a run for people to get in pursuit. And the play was a little bit slower that time. He had nowhere to go.
4 receivers set, 3 to the field. Aiden Dunn manned up with Gage Wagner to the near side. Second down, this is Hartsaw. Near side, has a little bit of room up past the 40-yard line, just shy of the line to gain. Third down and short for the Pioneers.
And again, I find myself saying this all the time. I mean, obviously they've crossed into 4-down territory, and we'll have a couple cracks at this, but we'll see if they'll pick it up on third down. And again, I think when they get in situations like this, their go-to guy is Langley. And I don't expect the ball to come out of his hands here.
13-7 lead, 2:29 left in quarter number 1. Similar formation, Stewart lined up as an H-back to the far sideline. Hartsaw in the backfield. This will be Langley keeper near side up to the 35-yard line. The ball is free. However, the Pioneers are back on top of it, but what would have been a Langley first down run will be pushed back to about a 4th down and 2.
I mean, we have seen some strange things thus far. And Langley obviously did have the first down, but gave the ball up. Unfortunately, I didn't see, we didn't see who got on the ball, but fortunately there was a Zane Trace player there to fall on the ball.
4th down, 2 yards to go from the 38-yard line.
Again, I would expect to see Langley again here again.
Looks like Coach Ware is going to take his first time out of the half with 1:49 to go in quarter number 1.
I think they were in a throwing formation. I think they were going to throw.
Came out in twins with Dunn, Stewart, Larson, and McCullough. While we've typically seen Phillips in short yardage situations, I believe Hartsaw was in at the time of the timeout.
Yeah, because Phillips is down here, but I'm saying, and Hartsall's in there obviously, but in the short yardage situations, I'm telling you, they have a tendency to lean into Mr. Langley often. And this is, if you ask me, this is not a huge play, but this is an important play for Paint Valley. If they can get a stop here, I mean, they can actually get the ball back and go take the lead. See, now they've went to trips. To me, this is Langley to the field.
2
without
receivers to the field. Stewart lined up as an H-back to the left side of the line.
Yeah, not even a small doubt.
Double reverse. This is done to the far sideline. Robertson giving chase close to the line to gain. Flag down to the near sideline. A lot going on 4th down. It looks like Dunn was just a bit shy of the line to gain. Flag down on the play. potentially a face mask, but looks like the Paint Valley side is clapping, so we'll await the call.
Yeah. I can see where the ball's spotted. It's not a first down. It's not even close. It's a yard short. But I have no idea what the penalty was. And a great play by Robertson to corner that back in and stay in the play. I think Zane Trace outthought themselves.
Still no official call for the penalty. The Zane Trace offense walks off the field. I believe we're going to have an official measurement, but from up here, I think
it's not even close.
They were about a yard and a half shy. Needed the 36-yard line. It appeared to look that way on the sideline.
And here's what I'm going to tell you. These guys are going to waste about 4 minutes of our life that we ain't never going to get back. Not even close.
About a yard shy, the Paint Valley defense makes a stand inside their own 40-yard line. A chance now to go down and potentially tie this thing up or even take the lead.
And I'm guessing that the penalty must have been on Zane Trace, although they've made no indication of a penalty or a penalty being declined.
Nonetheless, the Bearcats take over on their own 38-yard line. First down and 10, Paint Valley. On the ground, this is Robertson to the right side, up past the 50-yard line, brought down just shy of the Pioneer 45. First down, Paint Valley. After the initial fumble, Robertson has been lights out so far for the Bearcats. Second time out of the half for Coach Wares and the Pioneers.
Well, I've talked about Zane Trace all night long. If Zane Trace don't find an answer for Mr. Robinson, it's going to be a long night for them as well.
67 rushing yards through not even the first quarter already for Braylon Robertson. Once again, 1:35 to go. Second time out of the half for the Pioneers.
And did you ever think you'd see 4 timeouts used in the first quarter? And we've had 4 turnovers. Oh, 2 timeouts. I'm just trying to think here, too, why, you just make this. Who called the timeout? Oh, okay. Zane Trace called the timeout. Yeah. That makes more sense because Paint Valley was, I'm sure they were, after a nice 15, 16-yard run, and they've been showing tempo. You want to go in behind that.
Don't think you could have drawn up a much worse start for Paint Valley, but since that third fumble, they've really come alive here in the first quarter. A fumbled kickoff and then a Robertson fumble along with a Bryson Dunham fumble, but now the Bearcats in Zane Trace territory with 1:35 to go in the first quarter. This is Robertson between the tackles on first down, barreling his way up to the 43-yard line, a pickup of about 3 yards on first down.
And again, Paint Valley coming at him with a little bit of tempo.
Free lined up to the near side, manned up with Aiden Dunn. Throwing to Free is Faber and is caught.
Very close to a first down.
Free pushes it up to the 36-yard line. Looks like he'll be about a foot shy of the first down.
Looks like about a half a ball.
Third and short for Bearcats.
I'd be very surprised if we don't see Mr. Robertson here.
Faber out in the pistol. He'll keep it straight up the middle. Has the first down. Near side. Shoulder square. Faber into space. He's brought down by Riley Hartsaw inside the Pioneer 10-yard line. A tough run from Faber on third down and short.
Again, and if you can't feel it, the momentum has completely swung to the other side of the field after a disastrous start for Paint Valley. We got a little Wildcat here.
Robertson out in the Wildcat. Faber to the far side. This is Robertson on the keeper inside the 5-yard line. Flags are down around the spot of the tackle. Under 30 seconds to go here in the first.
Holding penalty against the Bearcats.
So that'll put her back on about the 18, first and goal.
Holding pushes the Bearcats close to 10 yards. Still first down and goal outside the 10. Robertson to the right hash. He's brought down just shy of the 10. Third down and goal coming up from the 11. It looks like that will be the final play of the first quarter.
Second down and goal for Bearcats.
What a crazy first quarter.
Through one, a 13-7 lead for the Pioneers. We'll head to the second quarter of play. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
See everything Southern Ohio Sports Authority presented by Ohio Health has to offer by visiting our website at sosaohio.com for complete coverage of area athletes and teams, including game stories, features, live streams of games, player and coach interviews, nightly scores, area standings, and much more. You can even view and purchase action photos from our more than 100 galleries. That's sosaohio.com for the best local sports coverage around.
Caleb Williams has transferred to Wendy's for the new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This burger's my inspiration, and I just hope to inspire you.
Oh, you have inspired us.
Thought we were doing names on the headband. Get it together.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new.
13-7 after the first quarter of play. One of the crazier first quarters we've seen this year, and it took us 10 weeks to see it.
Maybe it's the fact that this is as near to Halloween as we've been.
12th live stream in 10 weeks. Been a great year for SOSA and our live stream coverage. I believe we had 8 or 9 live streams last year, so we're already past last year's high. Goal to go from the 11-yard line for the Bearcats. Robertson left side, cuts it up, barreling his way across the goal line. Touchdown, Paint Valley. Robertson's second of the game, his 26th of the season. A PAT away from taking a 1-point lead 4 seconds into quarter number 2. Robertson knocked his initial PAT through, now on for his second of the night. This one
no good.
Wide left, and it will remain a 13-13 ball game. One missed PAT for both teams so far through the first half.
I'm not so sure that ball wasn't tipped. Now, we'll just add that to the weirdness. So we start over. First quarter's a push.
Hanks missed his first PAT of the season, was 40 of 40 coming into week 10, now 41 of 42 after making his second of the night. Robertson now 1 of 2 on the night through the first quarter and 4 seconds. Both teams looking to guarantee not only one home playoff game, but home playoff games through week 12 if they were able to win in week 11. As we talked pregame, a win for Paint Valley would project them to be the 4 seed. However, that could move up to the 2 seed. A loss would project them to the 6th seed. However, that could still go up to the 4. For Zane Trace, a win would project them to be the 4. However, that could drop down to 6, and a loss would project them to 10. However, that could fluctuate anywhere from 7 to 13. Projections courtesy of Joe Idle.
Oh, Joe's got a lot of free time on his hands, don't he?
I believe the official playoff seedings come out right around midnight following tonight's contest. Pretty quick On the turnaround, here's Robertson. This one on the ground. Pioneers will jump on top of it like a hand grenade around the 35-yard line. Bryce Johnson on the recovery, one of the more impressive freshmen we've seen in the SVC this season.
First and 10, Pioneers.
Now, the only difference is where we're at now with a tie score is Paint Valley's a possession ahead or a possession behind now.
Pioneers set to receive the opening kickoff of the second half. First down and 10. From their own 33-yard line, Langley rolling near side, looking to throw, firing in the area of Larson. Pass is overthrown and incomplete. Just over the head of Cohen Larson.
Second 10 for the Pioneers.
Our boy Gage Wagner over here had a handful of, I didn't get the Zane Trace number, but had a serious handful of cloth. That's not who the pass was intended for, but it looked like to me he was going to be open. Surprised again, Paint Valley throwing on, or Zane Trace throwing on first down.
Second down and 10, Phillips in the backfield alongside Langley. 3 receivers to the field. This is a screen pass to Silas Stewart. Cuts it up past the 40-yard line. A third down and 3 coming up
again
for the Pioneers.
They turn around and throw again on second down. Again, it's a controlled throw, but a throw nonetheless.
7-yard connection from Langley to Silas Stewart. Third down and 3. Same formation, flip to the other side. Dunn singled up to the bottom of your screen. This is Phillips between the tackles, cuts it back to the near side, has some room across the 40-yard line. Phillips inside the Bearcat 30-yard line. First down, Zane Trace.
Again, just a good patient run by Phillips. He looked to run that inside, but was able to bounce it outside. When he got outside, he wasn't pulling no plow.
29 yards for Phillips on the carry, his longest of the night. First and 10 for the Pioneers from the Bearcat 29. 11-12 to go in the first half. Stewart lined up as an H-back to the right side of the line. Hartsaw alongside Langley. Handoff, Hartsaw between the tackles, sheds the first would-be tackler inside the Bearcat 5-yard line. What a run for Hartsaw.
Got just a quick hitter up inside, a little isolation. He's able to make a couple of cuts, sees the field real well, make a big 20-yard run.
First and goal for the Pioneers on their Paint Valley 5-yard line.
A 24-yard pickup for Hartsaw. Pioneers threatening goal to go from the 5.
This looks like Langley this way.
Stewart now lined up as an H-back to the left side. Langley on the keeper, met at the line of scrimmage and brought down right at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, I don't think he gained an inch. And it looked like to me, too, that play was blocked to run outside. And again, Langley's very patient when he runs that, looking for little areas of daylight. I expect him to go right back to Hartsaw here.
Same formation for the Pioneers on second down and goal. Hartsaw between the tackles, initially stood up, pushing his way to the goal line. Flags are down around the spot of the tackle.
Hartsaw, the ball carrier.
Looks like Hartsaw was able to push it up near the 1 to 2 yard lines. Flag down right at the goal line. Looks like it'll be a face mask on the Bearcats. That'll be an automatic first down and push Zane Trace almost up to the goal line.
Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Yeah, it's the first down that's the killer because they had him in the third. Again, I'm surprised they don't put Phillips back in this type situation, but I expect Hartsaw to carry the ball here.
Same formation for the Pioneers. First down and goal. Langley on the keeper to the far side. Jukes out of the way of Wheaton. Touchdown, Pioneers.
And that's where that little playoff tackle, that little quarterback keeper, to me, that's primarily where that play is available, or the yardage or daylight is available, is to the outside. Langley looked up inside, bounced it outside, nobody home.
A 1-yard rushing touchdown for Carter Langley, his second of the night. Hanks on for the point after to make it a 7-point ball game. 1 of 2 tonight, looking to move to 2 and 3 with 9:58 to go in the second quarter. Hold is down, Hank knocks it through, and the lead is back up to 7. 20-13 with 9:58 to go for the Pioneers. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Michelle and her dad. Decades of dares. 1 month of learning to jump. First day doing it solo. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie and Son Trucking each week at SOSAOhio.com.
An extremely efficient Pioneer offensive drive capped off by a Carter Langley 1-yard rushing touchdown has the Pioneers back in the driver's seat, leading 20-13 with 9:58 to go here in quarter number 2.
Well, a big run in that series, a big run starting off by Phillips, and a nice run there towards the end of that drive by Hartzell.
Short kick to the near side. This is free, but returnable from inside his own 20. He returns it to the 27-yard line.
Now we'll see if Zane Trace defense has an answer for Robertson.
Robertson leading the SVC in rushing yards and now a league-high 26 rushing touchdowns. First down, Faber. On the keeper, not a whole lot of room. It looks like the ball came out towards the end of the play. I believe Forward Progress had him down before the ball came loose. So the Bearcats will retain possession.
And
However,
again,
no gain on the play for Faber.
And again, that play may seem like it was an insignificant play, but the fact of the matter is by running that action, that keeps him way more honest on Robertson to have to defend both players.
Robertson on the keeper, brought down in the backfield. Johnson makes the stop for the Pioneers.
Stopped by Blake Phillips. Loss on the play. Third down and about 11.
Yeah, and Phillips actually came under that play and made that play.
Third down and long, 12 yards to go for this Bearcat offense. 2 receivers to the field with Free and Dunham. Faber to throw, firing over the middle, behind his receiver, looking for Carson Free in between the hashes. Pass is incomplete.
Yeah, what Free has to do is he finds himself in that little void. He's got to set that down a little bit. I mean, Faber had the ball accurately thrown to the defense, but it ends up being a ball that that Free ends up looking like, you know, the ball was behind him. Tough catch. And a chance for Zane Trace here to have an opportunity to possibly go back up 2 scores.
Senior Gavin
How
Kingery
in the
nearly
world
has
was that
his
not
punt blocked. A high arcing punt is caught. It looks to be done.
He had to have kicked that under his armpit.
Dunn more or less fair catches it outside of his own 40-yard line. Ball will be spotted right at the 42. Another drive with solid starting field position for the Pioneers. A big thank you to the athletic department here at Zane Trace for allowing us to come and broadcast this football game. We were able to come here a couple times last year. Week 1 matchup against Logan Elm, and then Week 8 for the Pioneers' victory over Unioda, now Week 10 in 2023.
Now, this is a formation that Zane Trace is typically thrown out of.
Pioneers showing twins on 1st down and 10. Langley will hand it off. This is Hartsaw between the tackles. Not a whole lot of room. Looks like he was potentially able to garner a yard on 1st down.
I don't think he gained an inch.
8:21 to go in quarter number 2. No gain on 1st down for Hartsaw. Two receivers near side. Stewart lined up as an H-back. Another handoff. Hartsaw met at the line of scrimmage. Once again, another tough stop by this Bearcat defensive front consisting of Gavin Kingry, Caleb Saunders, Hunter Freeman, and Reed Lanham.
Hartsaw on the carry, 3rd down and about 9.
Hartsaw able to garner a yard on 2nd down and 10. 3rd down and 9 coming up for the Pioneers. 3 receivers to the field for Zane Trace.
Looks like to me full boot this, or full rollout this way.
McCullough manned up with Wagner to the bottom of your screen. Langley back to throw on 3rd down out of the backfield. An attempted screen pass to Hartsaw will fall incomplete. A 3 and out for the Pioneers.
And give the Bearcats credit for playing defense. That's obviously their best defensive possession so far, and a chance for them to go back and tally up some more points before the half's over.
Senior Spencer Brower back to boot it away for the Pioneers.
Brower into punt for the Pioneers.
Junior Carson Free back deep inside his own 20-yard line for the Bearcats.
Great punt.
Spiraling kick from Brower. Free will let this one bounce. It'll be down inside the Bearcat 10-yard line. A nice punt from Brower. Good coverage by the punt team. Looks like it was down by Aiden Dunn. Ball will be spotted at the 8.
What you got, Johnny? That had to be about a 50-yard punt, wasn't it? Close to it.
A 50-yard punt from Spencer Brower as the Bearcats pinned up into their own end zone. Faber on 1st down, looking to throw to the near side. Passes caught by Free, close to the line to gain.
Again, give Paint Valley, coaching staff a little bit of credit. You expect, you get pinned in there at the 7 or 8 yard line, they come out throwing and coming right back with a little bit of tempo here.
Free just shy of the line to gain. 2nd down and 1 for Paint Valley. Handoff, this is Robertson. Up the middle of the field, he's brought down shy of the 20-yard line. However, should be good enough for a Bearcat 1st down. First and 10 from the 19. Here's Faber on the keeper to the left side across the 20-yard line. Looks to be a pickup of about 3 yards for the sophomore.
Faber on the carry picks up about 3, make it 2nd and 7.
Under 6 minutes to go in quarter number 2. Faber rolling near side. He'll keep it himself across the 25, cuts it back up the right hash. Good enough for another Bearcat 1st down. The former Hillsboro Indian getting it down on the ground.
And again, that's the problem that creates for a defense when you sprint your quarterback out there like that. you know, if he doesn't have anybody open, he puts pressure on the defense. He can run with the football.
First down, far side. This is free. Bobbles it. He's able to bring it in. Ball comes out towards the end of the play. Ball will be spotted at the 40-yard line, so about 2 yards to go to the line to gain for the Bearcats. Second time we've seen Faber hook up with free this drive.
And again, to me, a somewhat dangerous pass to run hitch and make that big, long throw to the field side. That ball was up there in the air forever.
Second down and 2. Robertson between the tackles. He's tripped up at the 45-yard line, has another Paint Valley first down.
Robinson to the ball carrier, tackled by Phillips. First down, Bearcats.
Coach Dye going to take his first time out of the half with 5:10 to go in quarter number 2. Ball spotted at the 44-yard line, first down and 10, Paint Valley. Big thank you to Glockner Family of Dealerships, Parmar Stores, Willie & Son Trucking, McDonald's, and the Schmidt Family Group for making all of our weekly football, soccer, and volleyball live streams possible. The winter sports season just around the corner. First and 10 from the Bearcats from their own 44.
He's actually under center.
Handoff, Robertson flags down right as the play was starting to develop in the Bearcat backfield.
That looked like to me he signaled offsides, which is, yeah, when they get up under center, they're actually they're running the wing tee.
Same formation with the tight end Reed. Lanham tight to the left side. Johnson, Robertson, the two backs in the backfield for Paint Valley. Another flag before the play.
All I can say is there must be a Paint Valley kid lining up offsides. And again, something, you know, as successful as they've been recently, those are things that put you behind the sticks, and that's what gives you the gray hair as a coach.
Back-to-back 5-yard penalties for Paint Valley has them with a first down and 20. From their own 34, Faber back to pass on first down, firing over the middle field, passes caught. This is Free who takes it up to the 49-yard line, a solid pickup on first down.
Clearly Faber's best throw of the night, and that's the one that he missed the other day. But Free set down in that hole this time and made himself a nice big target.
A pickup of 14, second down and 6 for Paint Valley. Faber will give it. This is Robertson across midfield, up past the 45-yard line, still on his feet, barreling over defenders. Inside the Pioneer 35, another strong run
really
from Braylon Robertson.
Really tough run. Really a tough run.
Under 5 minutes to go in quarter number 2. First down and 10 from inside the Pioneer 35. Two receivers near side for the Bearcats. Double reverse the first carry for Johnson tonight into the open field. He's Brought down right around the line of scrimmage by Cohen Larson.
Again,
first time we've seen Abbott Johnson here tonight.
If there's any wing T people out there watching, that's the old scissors play.
Second down and about 8.
Abbott Johnson and Reed line them tight both sides. Second down, Robertson right up the middle. Brought down close to the 30-yard line, so a pickup of about 2 yards on second down for Robertson, a third down, and close to 6 yards coming up for Paint Valley.
Again, a potentially throwing down for Paint Valley, especially with the amount of success that they've had. And it looks like to me if they do, it'll be into the boundary, which it is.
Faber to throw on third down, firing near side, pass is intercepted. Gunnar McCullough makes the play. Ball spotted inside the Pioneer 10-yard line. Intended target was Carson Free. It was slightly overthrown for the junior. McCullough right there for the takeaway.
Yeah, an absolutely great catch, wide receiver type catch for McCullough.
Tons of turnovers both sides here in the first half.
Well, and if you're Zane Trace, one thing about it is with the having the one score lead and receiving in the second half, they have the luxury of actually going into a 4-minute drive type possession. They don't necessarily have to try to score here.
First and 10 from the 5. Here's a toss to the far sideline. It's Hartsaw who's taken down by Braylon Robertson.
I don't know about running option down the 5-yard line, but there it is.
2 yards gained on the carry from Hartsaw. Second down and 8 from their own 7-yard line, under 3 minutes to go in quarter number 2.
And expect Paint Valley, if they get a stop here, to probably use one of their 2 timeouts here.
1 timeout remaining for the Pioneers. Still 2 left for the Bearcats. Second down and 8. Langley on the keeper, off of the fake, still on his feet into the open field. He's brought down around the 10-yard line.
I'm surprised they haven't called timeout.
Picks up about 4. Third down and 5 for the Pioneers.
Ball spotted at the 11-yard line. 5 yards to go on third down for Zane Trace.
And they never have started the play clock. Wow. Now, if I'm Zane Trace, I'm sitting on this bad boy till that comes down inside of about 5, but they're not going to. They don't even see it.
Pioneers on third down appear to have the Bearcats offsides as Jace Reinhardt was creeping on the right side of the line.
That's a tough break right there. But it won't be a first down, but it'll be very, very close to a first down. Well, where he set that ball down, it's a first down.
Third down and about half a football to go for the Pioneers. 1:42 to go in the first half.
Again, if I'm Zane Trace, I'm letting that come down. Now, Paint Valley is sitting still on both of their timeouts. Expect Langley to probably carry the ball here.
Timeout, Paint Valley, 1:26 left in the second.
Now, the only issue I have with that is they're calling, I realize they're trying to get a stop here, but they just let Zane Trace take about 30 seconds off that clock.
So just now tuning in, what started off as a I believe it was 3 turnovers and only 1 play for the Bearcats to start off the night. A 13-0 lead for Zane Trace. Paint Valley stormed back. It's been 13-7 ever since then.
Well, they knotted it back up. Yeah, they knotted it back up at 13, and now it's 20-13. But I'm saying, yeah, they were down 13-0 and came back and tied it at 13, and then Zane Trace has gotten ahead. And Zane Trace does receive the second half kickoff. So they don't have to do anything here.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Pioneers will keep it on the ground on 3rd down and short. They're not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like it'll be about a loss of half a yard on the play for the Pioneers.
You got to call timeout. You got to call timeout. If I'm Zane Trace, I'm taking a 5-yard penalty here. Why in the world wouldn't you have called timeout there? I'm taking the penalty. Oh, my God. They're going to kick this ball with 7 or 8 seconds. 9 seconds.
Spencer Brower, a high arcing kick across midfield and out of bounds right at the 46-yard line. Ball spotted at the 45. 55 yards to go with 1 timeout and 40 seconds remaining for the Bearcats.
Now something to consider. Again, Paint Valley is still sitting on a timeout. 40 seconds should allow them to run 5 or 6 plays, depending upon what they are. You know, if they can get close enough, you know, Braylon Robertson might have a chance to kick a field goal.
Ball went out of bounds around the 45, and they push him up to the 49-yard line. This is Robertson on 1st down across midfield, flags down right at the numbers to the near side.
Flag on the flag.
Yeah, you're good. Way good.
Penalty on the Bearcats. That'll push them back close to 10 yards to the 41. Punt from Brower went out of bounds around the 45. Somehow or another, that first play from scrimmage was snapped from the 49-yard line. Nonetheless, 1st down and 20 for the Bearcats from their own 41. Faber to throw on 1st down. Pocket starts to collapse. Faber to the middle of the field. He's brought down around the 45-yard line.
I'm sure Paint Valley will use their last timeout.
Timeout Paint Valley with 13 seconds to go, their final of the half.
Now, if Paint Valley does have a hook and lateral type of play, this is obviously an opportunity to, I'm sure Zane Trace is going to be backing up a little bit here.
Reminder fans, get your eats and treats at halftime at the concession stand, including the world-famous Pioneer Burger. Also, we have a collection down there for Dalton Black, who's a student at Huntington, who is now graduate, is now facing health issues of his own, and we're helping to collect for that family, and the Zane Trace Athletic Boosters will be matching all collections this evening. So once again, those are at the concession stand as well.
17 seconds now on the clock, so they will add close to 4 seconds back to the game clock. However, with no timeouts remaining for Paint Valley, those 4 seconds were most likely not too meaningful. Empty backfield for Faber. Steps inside his 40. Ball gets away from Faber. Still has time to throw. Pocket begins to collapse, and he's brought down inside the 40-yard line. Bryce Johnson and Lucas Euler.
If I'm Zane Trace, I'd have called a timeout and make him punt it. Wow.
Time will expire, and we will head to the break. Through two, the Pioneers out in front, 20-13. Zane Trace set to receive the opening kickoff of the second half. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Michelle and her dad. Decades of dares. 1 month of learning to jump. First day doing it solo. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie and Son Trucking each week at SOSAOhio.com.
All right, welcome back in. This is John Bruce stepping in for Dewey Daly along with Coach Tim Daly. And, you know, after that first, 5 minutes, it looked like it was going to be a disaster.
I don't even know if it took 5 minutes, about 3 minutes. Yeah, I had a couple of muffed kicks and a fumble and a bunch of different stuff. It's you know, give Paint Valley credit. They couldn't have possibly started any worse, you know, not just scoring-wise, but even momentum-wise. But they fought back and got her tied up. And since, you know, Zane Trace is pushed ahead by a score, but, you know, this game is far from over. And obviously, whoever comes out and plays better in the second half is going to win this football game.
Yeah, and it's definitely kudos to Paint Valley for making that comeback. And should be an interesting last, what do we got, 24 minutes of football? But
we do.
Yeah, we're going to get some of this band performance in for you, and then we'll be back in probably about 12, 13 minutes to give you a little rundown of what's going to happen here in the second half. So enjoy the bands, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
They stole the heart and they'll steal the show. That's because they're smooth criminals.
Just trying to cover all our stuff up. Did you use this?
We want to take you on a trip with us and solo us in a park to a little place called Havana. The Paint Valley Marching Bearcats.
And now, please welcome the Zane Trace Marching Pioneers. Tonight's show was selected by our seniors, Field Commander Sarah McGraw and percussion leader Lily Weisenberger. Feel free to dance along. Our first song is Cupid Shuffle. Lily found the next one hidden away in the library. Our second song is Mambo Number 5. Our final song this evening is one of Sarah's favorites. Here is September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. like to say thank you, seniors, for a wonderful 8 years. Catch the 7th through 12th grade marching band this Sunday at the Fall Festival Leaves Parade, located in Bainbridge. Give both bands a nice round of applause. This line, we'd like to announce our JV and varsity Pee Wee.
There's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Parmar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Parmar has it. Download the Parmar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Parmar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
This presentation of high school sports on Southern Ohio Sports Authority is brought to you in part by your local McDonald's. McDonald's proudly supports all area athletes again this season. Visit your local McDonald's in Chillicothe, Circleville, Greenfield, and Waverly, and be sure to check out SOSA's newly relaunched podcast, Overtime, presented by McDonald's.
20-13, about a minute left here in halftime. We started to get hit with a little bit of precipitation. It's almost like a certain medical hospital provided us with a pretty solid tent that we just decided not to bring up here. So
what do you mean? Where's this wee stuff? I didn't have no vote in that.
None of us had any vote in it.
Well, who dropped the ball?
It wasn't anybody in attendance. We'll just go that far. About 30 seconds left in halftime here. 20-13 lead for the Pioneers. They're also set to receive the opening kickoff here in the second half. A ton of wind blowing towards the hill here, if you're familiar with the landscape at Zane Trace High School.
Well,
that's been the case for a majority of the night, but it's picking up a little bit here, and the rain is starting to come down a little heavier than it has been so far. We got a little pregame rain, and then it was dry for a little while, and over the last 5 to 6 minutes, it's starting to pick up a little bit. So we'll see how that affects the game, as we kind of saw Paint Valley have some ball security issues early on, but they were able to figure that out towards the end of the first quarter. Now, as previously mentioned, Zane Trace set to receive the opening kickoff here in the third quarter.
Well, I think both teams have had a fairly sizable amount of success running the football, and I don't expect that to change. Now, what you're referring to is the possibility of the wet ball and the wet turf. Now, we're not going to be dealing with mud and whatnot, but, you know, the balls get wet. And on that plastic, you know, even though that drains better, but it'll be slick. And I think you'll see some footing issues too. But we'll just have to see what happens. I mean, Paint Valley did have some success throwing the ball, but again, people say in a wet field it's hard to throw. No, I honestly think that a wet field throwing the ball really is the receiver's advantage. But we'll just have to see what happens. I mean, nothing's been decided so far, that's for sure.
Robertson set to get things going here in the second half, and we are underway. A short kick between the legs of Johnson. It will be picked up by the Pioneers on their own 25-yard line. This is Dunn looking to reverse field. He has room to the near sideline. Across midfield, a big hit down the sideline by Braylon Robertson. Flags are down. What a shot by Robertson.
Well, I believe the shot was by Kingery. I think Robertson was pulling him down, and Kingery blasted him a pretty good shot, and at least a step or two out of bounds. I got $100. You want some of it?
Penalty on the return will push the Pioneers inside the Bearcat 35-yard line. Pioneer faithful voicing their displeasure. First and 10 for the Pioneers from the Bearcat 33-yard line. First down, Langley will hand it off. This is Phillips to the numbers down the near sideline, cuts it back up. Phillips still on his feet, dragging defenders inside the 5. Touchdown, no, mark just shy.
Outstanding run.
A 32-yard run from Phillips. On first down, the Pioneers now threatening inside the Bearcat 1-yard line.
It sure looked like to me that he scored to me.
Three receivers set, 2 to the field. Stewart lined up as an H-back towards the left side of the line. Handoff, Phillips straight ahead, stood up at the line, bounces off a defender, gets it into the end zone. Touchdown, Pioneers.
It's really, really hard to hold, you know, Blake Phillips for anything less than a yard or two, especially, when he can see that end zone.
Phillips' second rushing touchdown of the night. Hanks on for the point after. Kick from Hanks is low, however, high enough to get over the crossbar and through the uprights for the point after. Lead is up to 14 at 27-13 with 11:08 to go here in the third quarter. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
See everything Southern Ohio Sports Authority presented by Ohio Health has to offer by visiting our website at sosaohio.com for complete coverage of area athletes and teams, including game stories, features, live streams of games, player and coach interviews, nightly scores, area standings, and much more. You can even view and purchase action photos from our more than 100 galleries. That's sosaohio.com for the best local sports coverage around.
Caleb Williams has transferred to Wendy's for the new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This burger's my inspiration, and I just hope to inspire you.
Oh, you have inspired us.
Thought we were doing names on the headband.
Get it together. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new.
An efficient first drive for the Pioneers coming out of halftime, taking it close to 40 yards after the penalty on the kickoff, and a little under a minute leads back up to 14 for the Pioneers.
Well, we're just going to add that all. We're going to add that all to the pile of weirdness that we've had since the moment we got here.
A booming kick from Harrington, his longest of the night. This is free from his own 10-yard line. Up the right hash, the ball is free. The Bearcats have had ball security problems all night. Add that to the resume. Pioneers take over inside the Bearcat 25.
Well, we're going to add that to the pile.
Start of the second half is extremely familiar to the start of the first half. As started off the game with a fumbled kickoff by Paint Valley, and now their first attempt in the second half follows suit.
Guy needs to pick his beanbag up.
5 turnovers now for the Bearcats. Ball spotted at the 22-yard line, first down and 10. This is Phillips on the ground, met at the line of scrimmage and dropped close to the line of scrimmage. Looks to be a pickup of potentially a yard for Phillips on first down.
Really nice play there by Caleb Saunders, met him head on. They absolutely traded paint.
Second down and 9 from the 21. Second down, back-to-back handoffs for Phillips up past the 20-yard line, pushes it forward to the Pioneer 16. Third down and 4 coming up. For the Pioneers, bear with us as the wind is pretty strong here in the second half. Four receivers sent for the Pioneers on third down and 4. 3 to the field. Dunn singled up to the near side. Option pitch out. This is Phillips inside the 10. Has the first down and more. Dragging defenders inside the 5. Another strong run from Phillips. Phillips now over 100 rushing yards on the night.
First and goal for the Pioneers.
Only 2.5 minutes into the third quarter.
Again, something that we didn't see early on in the season, but it seems like each week Zane Trace has got a little bit better at running that speed option.
First down, goal to go from the 3-yard line for the Pioneers. Langley will keep it. Far side, pushing ahead, touchdown, Pioneers. Langley's third of the night. A 3-score lead now for the Pioneers, up to 20, potentially 21, pending the Judah Hanks point after.
Judah Hanks in for the point after for the Pioneers.
Hanks knocks it through, and the lead is up to 21. 14 unanswered here in the second half for the Pioneers, just 2.5 minutes into the third quarter. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
At Ohio Health, you can see your doctor here or here, on this or on these. And no matter if you're over here, over there, or anywhere in between, you'll feel good knowing Ohio Health provides the finest care anywhere. Schedule care today at ohiohealth.com/finest care.
Hey everyone, Mike Glockner.
I'm Brandon Callahan.
Of the all-new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Service Center in Portsmouth, Ohio. We have a $39.95 oil change special going on right now. That includes a free tire rotation and free multi-point inspection. Schedule your appointment online at GlocknerCDJR@Portsmouth.com.
34-13, a strong start to the second half here for this Pioneer offense. Harrington on to boot it away for the Pioneers. Free and Dunham, the two deep men for the Bearcats. This one kicked far side. This is Dunham from inside his 15. Out past the Bearcat 20-yard line, our first look at this Bearcat offense here in the second half.
And again, still a lot of football to be played, so I really don't think that Paint Valley necessarily has – they're going to have to start playing defense or quit giving them such great field position. But I don't know that they have to speed up that much offensively.
First down and 10 from the 22. Robertson up the middle of the field. He's brought down. A tough stop there by Silas Stewart. Under 9 minutes to go in the third. Up to the Pioneer 25. Excuse me, the Bearcat 25. Robertson shifting from the left to the right. Hip now, Faber rolling near side, firing in the direction of Free. He makes the grab out past the 35-yard line. First down, Bearcats. We've seen him hook up with Free a couple of times for multiple first downs.
And again, that was an extremely tight window with an absolute dime.
Free in motion from the right side to the left side. First down and 10 from the 35. Robertson straight ahead through the line of scrimmage and out past the 40, just shy of the 45-yard line. Another strong run from Robertson. Second down and short coming up for Paint Valley.
Brower and Johnson on the stop. Second and a short yard.
Last time we saw this Bearcat offense, it was a 7-point game. The Bearcats now in a 21-point hole. This is Faber on the keeper on the play action. Reedy's out to midfield, has another Paint Valley first down.
And again, we don't know if he's reading that or if that's predetermined, but again, just being able to show that play, I think, gives Robertson more running room when they do give it to him. And obviously, in that situation, they easily move the sticks. And coming, still coming at him with a little bit of tempo here.
From the 50-yard line, Robertson straight ahead. He's met at the line of scrimmage. Second effort will push him out to the Pioneer 48, so a pickup of 2 yards for the junior.
And again, that's Blake Phillips getting up off that pile, too.
2nd down and 8. Faber rolling out to his right. He's going to keep it past the Pioneer 45-yard line. Brought down right at the 42. A 3rd down and short coming up for Paint Valley. They need the 40 for a new set of downs.
And again, that's been, you know, a successful play there, not only because he's completed that in that action a few times, he's actually pulled it down and hurt him, you know, both ways, throwing and running.
Third down, a long 1 yard to go for the Bearcats. Robertson on the ground, needs the 40. He's not going to get there. Stopped and drug backwards.
Robertson on the carry.
Dropped right at the 42.
Looked like to me that Bryce Johnson had the initial contact from his left defensive end position. We got a little wildcat.
Robertson out in the wildcat. He'll keep it right side. Has the 1st down and more. Robertson inside the the Pioneer 30-yard line. 1st down, Paint Valley.
Robinson, your ball carrier, tackled by Hartshall.
Same play.
Paint Valley first down.
Robertson now with 135 rushing yards. Here he is on 1st down off the left tackle. Just shy of the 20.
And they've actually got Farber out here playing wide out, who can step back in. Looks like he's now stepped back in to play quarterback again. I'm guessing Robertson needs a blow.
2nd down and 6. Faber rolling far side. He'll keep it inside the 15. Still on his feet, moving inside the 5. He'll be pushed out of bounds.
And he froze at least 2, possibly 3 Zane Trace defenders. And I wouldn't call him exactly elusive, but he did freeze them.
1st down, goal to go from the Bearcats. Robertson and Abbott Johnson, the 2 backs.
Off tackle right.
Behind Faber, this is Robertson, makes the 1st man mid, still on his feet. He'll be stacked and dropped right around the 3-yard line. No gain on the play for Robertson.
2nd and goal for the Bearcats.
Under 5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Faber out in the gun, Robertson to his left, 2 receivers near side. Handoff, Robertson stopped in the backfield and taken down. J.T. Jenkins coming up with the stop for the Pioneers.
And again, that little counter play that they've been rolling where they're pulling the tackle and leading, just a little bit slow developing inside the red zone, and Zane Trace able to make that play from behind.
3rd down, goal to go from the 5.
Honestly, I have no idea if you're Paint Valley what you want to do here. Possibly roll Farber out.
Dunham near side, free far side. Faber looking to throw, he'll keep it up the middle. Touchdown, Bearcats. Faber does it on the ground.
Faber in for the touchdown for the Bearcats.
His 1st rushing touchdown of the night. Cuts the lead down to 15 with 4:07 to go in the 3rd. Faber heavily relying on his legs over the course of that drive.
I'm not sure why you wouldn't kick this.
Bearcats going to go for 2. This is Robertson in the Wildcat. He looks to throw under pressure over the middle of the field. It's batted away. Attempt is no good. Cohen Larson able to break it up for the Pioneers. Remains a 15-point game with 4:07 to go. We'll step aside. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Michelle and her dad. Decades of dares. 1 month of learning to jump. First day doing it solo. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie and Son Trucking each week at SOSAOhio.com.
34-19 with 4:07 to go in the third quarter. Faber able to get it done on the ground for a 5-yard rushing touchdown. The 2-point attempt was no good. It'll remain a 15-point lead for the Pioneers.
Well, and here it becomes a critical, for me, if you're Paint Valley, this is a very critical possession defensively because, let's face it, you've handed Zane Trace a short field 2 times in the second half, and you've paid for it both times. So if they can get a kickoff and some decent coverage and get a stop, then maybe they can chip in a little bit more to this lead. That ball's going out of bounds.
Kick from Robertson flies out of bounds to the far sideline. That'll allow the Pioneers to start off on their own 35.
Which is twice as much as they've had to go.
First and 10 from the 35 for the Pioneers. They'll keep it on the ground. Hartsaw to the far sideline. He's unable to get back to the line of scrimmage. A tough stop there by Paint Valley on first down. Quick score update from around the SVC. Obviously here a 34-19 lead for the Pioneers. Adena up 27-14 at the half over Huntington. Westfall leading Piketon 28-18 at the half, and Unyota up big 49-0 over the Southeastern Panthers at the half. Into the FAC, Miami Trace and Washington Courthouse. A little in-town rivalry is tied up 14-14 at the half. Jackson leading Chillicothe 41-0, and McLean up 21-0 on Hillsborough. Another handoff to Hartsaw to the far sideline. He's pushed out of bounds around the 5.
Again, here's the opportunity. If you're Paint Valley, here's an opportunity to whittle into this lead by getting a stop here and getting off the field, and probably getting some halfway decent field position and going back to work. But you got to get this stop first. But this is not the situation that Zane Trace wants to find themselves in, a little 3rd and 6 or 7.
Hartsaw pushed down at the 41-yard line, a 4-yard pickup on second down. Now 3rd down and 6 for Zane Trace. Langley rolling near side, looking to throw. He's under pressure, firing over the middle of the field, intended for Cohen Larson. Pass is incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th down for the Pioneers inside their own 45.
I think Mr. Larson knows he probably should have caught that ball, and it was, in excess of the 1st down. But here's Paint Valley with an opportunity to, cut that lead.
Brower to boot it away for the Pioneers. Carson Free, the deep man for Paint Valley. Willie Wheaton, a late sub in for the Bearcats. Now 2 men back deep. A low snap to Brower. He's able to get it away. An end-over-end low lining kick. Will roll inside the Bearcat 20-yard line. It'll be down at the 18.
Ball rolls down about the 19-yard line out of the Bearcats, where they'll get it 1st and 10.
Chance now for the Bearcats to cut it down to a 1-score lead with 3:03 to go in quarter number 3. First down and 10 from the 18-yard line. Faber on the keeper to the left side, through the line of scrimmage and up to the 30-yard line. First down, Paint Valley.
Again, zone read look. Again, we don't know if he's reading it or not. A little tempo coming back. But that just gives, again, Robertson more opportunity and more daylight to run in.
Bearcats quickly back to the line. New set of downs. Robertson to the right hash, brought down just shy of the 35. Pickup of about 4 yards.
Hartsaw and Stewart on the stop. About 4, second down and 6.
Second down and 6. Faber on the carry. Robertson is a lead blocker. He's to the Paint Valley 36.
Again, just a simple quarterback isolation, and again creates kind of a tricky situation here with 3rd and 4 coming up on your own 37-yard line.
Tackle by Johnson. Third down and about 4.
Third down and 4. Johnson lined up as an H-back to the left side. Faber looking to throw, firing into the flat for Johnson. Pass is incomplete.
Pass incomplete, brings up 4th down.
4th down and 4. Decision time for Coach Dye.
I think you got to, hallelujah. Probably took 2 weeks for me to say, I think you got to punt the ball, and I think this is the first time in these types of situations that a coach has agreed with me.
Gavin Kingry on his own 25 to punt it away.
But it wouldn't surprise me with Robertson being the up back that if they were going to do something, this type of situation, this might be a better opportunity for him to run than out of a regular formation. Yep.
A fake punt. This is Robertson. He has the first down across the 40-yard line.
Not surprised. That's just as good as a running play from a regular formation. In fact, it's better because it's less.
Coach Dye rolling the dice on 4th down and 4. It pays off.
Wildcat.
Robertson out of the Wildcat. He'll keep it across the 45-yard line and not much after that. Pickup of about 2 yards on first down.
Jenkins and Young on the stop.
Under 90 seconds to go in the 3rd.
Picked up about 2, second down and 8.
Story of this game so far has been Zane Trace controls the beginning of the half, and then Paint Valley starts to gain a little bit of momentum as we enter into the second quarter of each half. Faber to throw on 2nd down and 8. Under pressure, rolling out of the pocket, firing downfield. Pass is incomplete in the area of Braylon Robertson. Clock stops at 51 seconds, 3rd down and 8.
And I don't know if it just was me or not. Did it look like he had Robertson wide open outside of that? Maybe it was late and after they had reacted to the ball, but again, if you're Paint Valley, this is not the situation that you want to be in too. But I'm not so sure. You know, obviously if you can pick up 6 or 7 yards and get that more of a manageable 2 or 3 yards, but we'll see what they do here.
3rd down and 8. Faber will keep it up between the tackles across midfield, extremely close to the line to gain. First down, Paint Valley.
I can tell you, too, in the last 7 or 8 minutes of this game, Faber's been a more effective back than Robertson. He's got to be close. He's got to be close
now over
100 yards. I was
going
to say he's got to be 60, 70 yards.
Both Faber and Robertson over the century mark on the ground with 30 seconds to go in the 3rd. First down and 10, a handoff. Robertson across the 45-yard line, barrels his way across the 40. That very well could be the final quarter, or excuse me, the final play of the quarter.
No, I think they'll get one more in.
About a 9-second differential between the game and play clock. The Bearcats quick back to the line, 15 seconds to go. In motion, this is Johnson. Faber will keep it, takes a hit. Looks like he's able to pick up about 2, and that will take us to the end of the third quarter. We're through 3. Zane Trace with a 15-point lead as we head to the final quarter of play. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
There's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par-Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par-Mar has it. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par-Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
This presentation of high school sports on Southern Ohio Sports Authority is brought to you in part by your local McDonald's. McDonald's proudly supports all area athletes again this season. Visit your local McDonald's in Chillicothe, Circleville, Greenfield, and Waverly, and be sure to check out SOSA's newly relaunched podcast, Overtime, presented by McDonald's.
34-19, 12 minutes to go here in the regular season. A quick score update from the MSL. Logan Elm up big 28-0 over Hamilton Township, a team that took care of Bloom Carroll a week ago, and Bloom Carroll, a team who took care of Logan Elm in week 7. So pretty interesting development over in the Mid-State League.
Well, our whole thing is we've never seen Hamilton, but the assumption was they must be pretty good because I think Bloom Carroll's the best football team we've seen in person all year long. And, yeah.
If Logan Elm can hang on, it'll be a 3-way tie atop the MSL with Bloom, Logan Elm, and Hamilton Township. A quick pass to the outside. This is free. Makes the grab. Has the first down inside the Pioneer 30-yard line. Bearcats starting to roll.
Pass complete for the Bearcat first down.
And this game is really nowhere near over.
Free 7th catch of the night. He's been a frequent target of Faber, not only in the game, but over the course of the season. Miscommunication between Robertson and Faber. However, Faber able to make up ground by himself up past the 25. Ball spotted at the 23.
Stewart on the tackle. Second down. And about 3.
7-yard pickup from Faber. Faber to throw, firing near side. It's caught free, his 8th grab of the night. First down, Bearcats.
Pass complete to Free, tackled by Dunn.
Still haven't moved the sticks, but it looks like to me clearly it's a first down.
Stop the clock. Hell, you ran 5 seconds off the damn clock.
First down for the Bearcats.
Needed the 20-yard line. Ball is well past the 19. First down, Paint Valley. Officials throw about 5 seconds back on the clock before winding it. It was at 10:56. Now back up to 11. Now eventually back under 10:55. First down and 10. Faber will keep it himself. Has Robertson as a lead blocker inside the 15. Pickup of about 6 yards for Faber.
Again, just a simple quarterback run. Faber being patient, lets the play develop, sticks his nose in there and picks up 7 yards.
Second down, Robertson. Busts through the line of scrimmage, barreling over another defender. Touchdown, Bearcats. His 3rd of the night. This one from about 12 yards out.
Now, if you're Paint Valley here, you've got a decision to make. You know, you can go for 2 here and know you're down 2 scores, or you can kick it and knowing you have to score with a deuce coming on the second one. But it looks like to me they're going to go ahead and roll the dice here.
Their second straight 2-point attempt. Far side passes incomplete, intended for Carson Free. Had a step to the outside on the defensive back, unable to reel it in. Remains a 2-possession game with 10:20 to go here in the final quarter play. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
See everything Southern Ohio Sports Authority presented by Ohio Health has to offer by visiting our website at sosaohio.com for complete coverage of area athletes and teams, including game stories, features, live streams of games, player and coach interviews, nightly scores, area standings, and much more. You can even view and purchase action photos from our more than 100 galleries. That's sosaohio.com for the best local sports coverage around.
Caleb Williams has transferred to Wendy's for the new loaded nacho cheeseburger.
This burger's my inspiration, and I just hope to inspire you.
Oh, you have inspired us.
Thought we were doing names on the headband.
Get it together. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new.
An official final from Hamilton Township. I'm surprised the game was at Logan Elm, I believe. Logan Elm 28-0 over Hamilton Township. I'm surprised that game's already over with 10 minutes to go here in Kinnickinnick. But a 3-way regular season tie for Logan Elm, Miami Trace. Logan Elm, Bloom Carroll, and Hamilton Township in the MSL. Was potential for that to happen here tonight. However, Unioto would have had to lose to Southeastern, and then I think I might have my math a little bit wrong.
Because both teams can't win this game. That's
a booming kick from Robertson is into the end zone, the first touchback we've seen tonight.
Yeah, Paint Valley would have had to have beaten Unioto last week, and Zane Trace win today, yes.
Math was a little bit wrong.
Well, you ain't got to worry about that kind of stuff when I'm around. Now, if you're Paint Valley, I mean, you're sitting in a great spot here if you can get a stop. The only problem is you're down 9.
For Paint Valley, it's going to have to be stop, score, stop, score. However, with Robertson, they appear clearly capable of attempting a relatively large field goal as Hartsaw has stood up at the line of scrimmage, nowhere to go on first down.
Yeah, he took a 2-yard loss. And again, if you're Paint Valley, you've got these guys sitting behind the sticks with 10 minutes to go. I mean, there's still quite a bit of football to be played here.
Still all 3 timeouts remaining for both schools with a little under 10 minutes to go here in the fourth.
In my opinion, somebody, Zane Trace, is going to have to make a play here.
3 receivers sent to the left side. Dunn manned up to the near side. Langley back to throw under pressure. He'll keep it himself. Up the middle of the field, barreling over a defender across the 25-yard line. Pickup of about 7 for Langley.
Again, get that thing back to more of a manageable 4 yards, maybe a long 4 yards. In fact, that is a long 4 yards. This big play for Paint Valley right here to get off the field.
3rd down and 5. Pioneers need the 30-yard line for a new set of downs. They'll come out in twins with McCullough and Stewart to the bottom of your screen. Bearcats bringing 6. Penalty marker down before the snap. It'll be a false start on the Pioneers. That'll push them back to the original line of scrimmage, all the way back to their own 20-yard line. Make it a 3rd down and 10.
Which is really a very hurtful penalty at this point.
Paint Valley was showing pressure, and that was enough to cause someone to flinch.
And I really don't think Paint Valley or Zane Trace can pick this first down up without throwing. And they're in their throwing formation.
4-man rush, Langley to throw a slip screen. This is McCullough outside the 25-yard line. Still has a long way to go for the first down, about 4 yards shy.
And again, if you're Paint Valley, that's just exactly what the doctor ordered.
Brower back to punt it away as we creep towards 8 minutes remaining. Free the deep man for the Bearcats. Wheaton drops back to his own 45-yard line. Now 2 men back deep. A high, extremely short punt will just trickle over midfield to the Bearcat 49. 51 yards to go on this drive for Paint Valley.
Boy,
7:43 to go.
And if you're Paint Valley right here, you got to be licking your chops. Again, the only problem is they're down 9 points.
First down and 10 from the -49. Big game about 60 miles north of here. Coming up tomorrow at noon. First down, Robertson to the right side. Shakes the first tackler and is up past the 45-yard line. A pickup of 7 yards.
Robinson, your ball carrier, tackled by Johnson.
Again, just their typical kind of a counter tray zone read look. Robertson's a tough-minded inside runner.
Jet sweep, this is Johnson. His second touch of the night, has the first down, has made the most of the few touches he's had. Inside the Pioneer 40.
Johnson on the carry, tackled by
Rain begins to strengthen as we creep towards 7 minutes to go. First down, Robertson to his left, shakes the first tackler, drags another one up to the 30-yard line. Pickup of 6. You gotta wonder how this rain will affect the future passing game of Paint Valley, especially on this drive.
Well, right now they haven't even have to come close to passing.
Second down and 4. Faber will keep it himself. Faber will garner about 2 yards. Third down and short now for Paint Valley.
And again, no question, they're clearly in a four down situation on the field and in the game. Again, the only problem being that they're down 9 points.
Robertson has the first down and more across the 25-yard line.
First down for the Bearcats.
Free and Dunham to the near side. Robertson. Check that, Johnson. Actually, Faber, 0 for 3, 1 for 3.
Yeah, well, that'll put you in the Hall of Fame, 1 for 3. Again, and they've added that little JT Barrett jet sweep option to their second half adjustments.
Faber picks up 4, second down and 6. Robertson cuts it back up the middle of the field, driven backwards to the 20. Forward progress will have him close to the 17. Another third down and short coming up. For the Bearcats, they need the 14 for a new set of downs. Third down and 2.
And again, with Paint Valley sitting on 3 timeouts, that makes that 5 minutes of the game a little less important, but the clock is starting to become a factor.
Strong wind blowing to the end zone. Paint Valley is heading towards Faber on the keeper between the tackles. Looks like he has the Bearcat first down.
No, he's short, Dewey. I think he's short a half. Well, I think he's short.
Gonna have an official measurement. Chain gang will stroll onto the field. Clock stops at 4:40.
I'm going to say he's a half a ball short.
Timeout for the measurement.
looks like
First down, Paint Valley.
Yeah.
First down, Bearcats.
Need to get a play called and get on the line of scrimmage while they're getting off the field.
New set of downs for the Bearcats. First down and 10 from the 14. Robertson, right up the gut, stopped after a pickup of about 2.
And again, what's hurting Paint Valley now is the clock is starting to become kind of that 12th player. Especially if they end up taking another minute or even closer to 2 minutes off this clock to score.
Dunham lined up near side, free to the far side. Second down and 9. Faber to throw. Under pressure, he'll look to keep it himself, makes the first man miss. Now to the outside, has a positive gain. What a run from the sophomore Faber. Nearly picks up the first down on what should have been a loss of about 5.
That's correct. That's absolutely correct. He's only going to get credit for a 5 or 6 yard run, but that was more like a 16, 17 yard run. And again, the clock's becoming slightly concerning.
Another third down and 2 for Paint Valley. Under 3.5 to go. Robertson shakes the first tackler, stood up at the line of scrimmage. He's not going to get there. Fourth down and short.
Again, here's your ball game. And again, the entire time the clock is ticking.
Paint Valley will need a field goal, so would make some sense to go ahead and kick it here. We'll see what Coach Dye has to say.
Stop short of the first down marker. Fourth down for the Bearcats.
Yeah.
Going to take some extra time to think about it with 2:58 to go. Coach Dye uses his first time out of the half.
But again, the problem that I have there is he probably lost 7 or 8 seconds off of the clock and figured finally he needed a timeout, which he probably needed the timeout. And I hear what you're saying, too, about the field goal, but the only problem is the field goal is probably more likely the second score as opposed to being the first score. And the bottom line is you're sitting down here a yard away, and I've always said if you can't pick up a yard, then you probably don't deserve to win the football game. But
in ideal conditions for Paint Valley to do just that is they probably have about 10 yards of wind at their backs.
Oh, there's no question that Robertson can make this kick. But obviously they either want to score here or at least pick up the first down. I don't think the ball comes out of Faber's hands, and I think they probably run isolation with Robertson, or they just simply put Robertson in the Wildcat.
Much more likely to score a touchdown from the 4 and kick a field goal from the 25 than vice versa. Game on the line, fourth down and 1 for Paint Valley.
Well, he's giving it to Robertson because Robertson's slightly behind him.
Faber in the gun. He'll hand it off. Robertson has the first down and more. Touchdown, Bearcats put it on the board.
And I mean, I will say this, give Zane Trace credit for making Paint Valley absolutely earn that score and take as much time off. Now, we'll see if the Zane Trace offense can hold up their end of the bargain.
A huge point after now for the Bearcats is
not
an
really.
Unsuccessful one would mean a field goal if they were able to get a stop would only tie it, whereas a make would mean the field goal would miss it. They're going to go for 2. Faber rolling far side, under pressure, taken down in the backfield. Attempt is no good, and it will remain a 3-point game. 34-31 with 2:55 to go here in Kinnickinnick. We'll step aside. You're watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
At Ohio Health, you can see your doctor here or here, on this or on these. And no matter if you're over here, over there, or anywhere in between, you'll feel good knowing Ohio Health provides the finest care anywhere. Schedule care today at ohiohealth.com/finestcare.
Hey everyone, Mike Glockner.
I'm Brandon Callahan.
Of the all-new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Service Center in Portsmouth, Ohio. We have a $39.95 oil change special going on right now. That includes a free tire rotation and free multi-point inspection. Schedule your appointment online at GlocknerCDJR@Portsmouth.com.
Braylon Robertson punches it in on 4th down and 1 from 4 yards out, but for the 3rd consecutive time this half, Paint Valley goes for 2 on the point after. Makes you question if there's any injuries or anything going on with the traditional point after team, especially when you talk about kicking it instead of going for 2.
Well, Mr. Robertson looks pretty healthy to me. And the best thing he can do is try to kick this over everybody's head.
A touchback on the last one. This time Robertson, a short kick to the right side, a line drive. What a play by the Pioneer to the near sideline.
I'm not too sure I wouldn't have kicked that deep. The problem with this is even if Zane Trace, if they get a 3 and out, they're going to punt them inside the 20-yard line, and I don't know if that's going to leave them enough time to put, 4 or 5 plays together. I just don't agree with that. I think he should have kicked it over everybody's head, possibly rolled through the end zone, and Zane Trace would be sitting on the 20-yard line.
Hudson Williams able to bring it in on his own 49, a big play for Zane Trace.
I wouldn't expect anything fancy here. Yep.
1st down and 10. This is
Phillips
out of the Wildcat. Phillips.
Well, we know
the 45-yard line.
We know from early in the year Phillips has played quarterback for quite a bit. So this really, to me, makes a lot of sense for Zane Trace. And they didn't call timeout. Now, what Zane Trace needs to do is take that play clock down. No.
Had a chance to see Phillips.
They need to get that at least inside of 5 seconds. Yeah, Phillips he understands. They snapped that ball with 7.
2nd down and 4. Phillips near side, cuts it back up, has the 1st down inside the Bearcat 40, dragging defenders all the way up to the 35.
Again, what Zane Trace needs to do is let that play clock come down. Obviously, Paint Valley's not going to call a timeout here. They'll probably call a timeout after this play. They need to let that play clock come down to 3 and 4 seconds, not 7 or 8.
Under 1:45 to go here in the 4th. 34-31 lead for the Pioneers. 2 timeouts remaining for Paint Valley.
See, that time he got it to 3.
Phillip cuts it up inside the 30, met by Robertson. Not before a pickup of 5. Timeout, Paint Valley.
And again, with 1:26 now and 1 timeout left because Paint Valley had to use a timeout over here offensively. Zane Trace picks up a 1st down here, and they've got, let's face it, they've got 2 cracks at 5 yards, and I don't think they've stopped Phillip for less than 5 yards. This game would be over.
On and off rain, no doubt the worst weather conditions we've had, but what a game so far here in Week 10.
And here's the thing. Have we had better weather than we have right now at this moment? No, there's no wind. There's no rain. It's probably as warm as it's been since 1 o'clock this afternoon. I mean, I don't think it's cold. But the windy rain gets a little challenging sometimes, especially when you're out standing on somebody's roof.
Definitely wouldn't be a bad week to be about 90 miles south over at the Trojan Coliseum.
Oh, well, yeah.
Although Kenny would definitely not be having a fun time on the rooftop with the camera.
Yeah, we ain't worried about Kenny. Kenny's on his own, dude.
2nd down and 5 with 1:29 to go. Phillips in the Wildcat near side across the 30-yard line. He's brought up about 2 yards shy.
Yeah. And again, they got Paint Valley.
Timeout, Paint Valley.
Paint Valley called their last timeout here. And this is the ball game right here. If Zane Trace picks up the first down, they'd have to take 2 knees, and Paint Valley can't stop the clock.
As we've talked about all night, a win for Zane Trace would project them to the 4 seed, while a loss would project them to the 10 seed. For Paint Valley, a win would project them to the 4 and a loss to the 6. So if the game ended right now, both teams would still be projected to host Week 1 games. Zane Trace would be projected to host into Week 12. And
we very easily could be at one of those 2 games, very easily.
If the seedings play out as they're projected, Vinton County is at Gallia in Week 11. That would be a great
I
spot
know. We like that one too. We like that one too.
Rain begins to pick up, 3rd down and 2. Phillips on the keeper, has the first down and more.
Now, I will tell you this, if you saw it, what a tremendous play by Blake Phillips, because what he did was take a couple of hard steps to his right and absolutely ran that ball backside, knowing he only needed to move the sticks. That's an outstanding, again, not necessarily a physical play, but still an outstanding play.
Pioneers into victory formation. The Bearcats without a way to stop the clock as we're under 60 seconds to go.
And Langley has stepped back in there.
Should only take 1 snap. Langley drops the knee.
No, there's a 1 second difference.
It'll take 1 more.
Now, they could take the snap now if they wanted to. They don't have to wait and let it come down, because I told you before, when they made the first down, they'd have to take 2 snaps. See, they don't have to. They might as well take it now, and then they can get off the field. See, now it's over.
Langley drops the knee, and that'll do it after an 0-2 start. Zane Trace finishes the year strong at 7-1, projected to host in the playoffs through Week 12. What a way to finish the season for the Pioneers. (34-31) is our final. The 2nd week in a row we've seen the senior night team come away with the win. As it stands, Zane Trace projected to, as we've mentioned, host playoff games Week 11 and 12. For Paint Valley, projected to be a 16. However, that could bump up to a 4 if some other things were to happen. Still projected to host in Week 11. If they're outside the top 4, they would be on the road if they are victorious in Week 11. We'll take a quick break, come back with the post game and all the stats from tonight's slugfest. 34-31 is the final from Kenny Kinnick. You've been watching Ohio High School football on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Michelle and her dad. Decades of dares. 1 month of learning to jump. First day doing it solo. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie and Son Trucking. Willie and Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week, presented by Willie and Son Trucking, each week at SOSAOhio.com.
34-31 is our final. The Pioneers punched their way to a projected 2-week playoff of, I should say, 2 weeks of hosting playoff games, as we have now finished up the regular season here in Southern Ohio. Bear with me as I'll attempt to read through John Bruce's stat book. We'll see how that goes. We'll start with Paint Valley. Preston Faber, a much better week than a week ago. 9 of 14 for 70 yards and an interception. On the ground, Faber was also had 19 carries for 134 yards and a score. Braylon Robertson, another monstrous week, 34 carries for 195 yards, 4 touchdowns. He's now up to 28 on the year. That's the SVC high by, I believe, about 13 or 14.
And he's also kicking the extra points after that.
Carson 3 with 8 receptions for 70 yards. He caught 8 of the 9 passes from Faber. The other was caught by Bryson Dunham. And that'll just about do it for Paint Valley. For Zane Trace, Carter Langley, after a 13 for 13 for 200-yard week, he's 6 for 10 for 50 yards and an interception. On the ground, Langley had 26 yards on 10 carries for 3 rushing touchdowns. I believe that is a game high for him on the season. Blake Phillips had 131 yards rushing on 17 carries for 2 touchdowns. And Riley Hartzell had 45 rushing yards as well. Through the air receiving, Aiden Dunn had 2 catches for 29 yards. Gunnar McCullough had 3 grabs for 29. And Silas Stewart had 1 grab for 8 yards. What a game here in Week 10.
Well, and the difference in the scoring, each team scored 5 touchdowns. Paint Valley walks away with 4 extra points, and Zane Trace walks away with 4 extra points, and Paint Valley let me try that again. Zane Trace walks away with 4 extra points, and Paint Valley walks away with 1. And to tell you the truth, I think some questionable decisions were made in those situations, and it ends up being the difference in the ball game. And I mean, give Paint Valley credit though for hanging in there and absolutely battling their hind end off the entire game. And there was no quit obviously on the Zane Trace side. I mean, it actually was a goofy, sloppy game, but yet an extremely competitive game as well.
(34-31) is our final. The Pioneers garner a little more momentum as we head to the playoffs next week, where I believe they will be projected to host in Week 11 and Week 12. We'll have to wait for the official seedings that I believe will come out pretty quickly, sometime around midnight. So hopefully by Saturday morning, everybody in Kenny Kinnick and Bainbridge and all across of our coverage area here in Southern Ohio will know their fate heading into Week 11. It's been a great regular season. Hopefully we're able to cover a couple playoff games, definitely Week 11. We'll see what Week 12 brings here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health. But for the regular season, Dewey and Tim Daly saying so long from Kenny Kinnick. Once again, the final. Zane Trace, 34. Paint Valley, 31. Have a great rest of your night.
I'm going to have myself a great